everybody. You ready for a treat? Well, thank you, and thank you, Jeff, so much for always firing up our Republican Party of Iowa. Thank you, Jeff Coffin. Thank you. Hey, folks, thanks for joining us today, and there really is no better way to start the day than to have a beautiful day and get out there climbing on a Harley Davidson or your bike of choice and gather together in this great space to celebrate America, celebrate our veterans, and to hear from some really phenomenal presidential candidates. So anyway, it is a great day. But first of all, the motorcycle ride this morning kicked off at Big Barn Harley Davidson. Thank you to Dan and the folks out there for putting together a great event for us. And we were able to take the proceeds from the ticket sales for that ride and donate those to the Freedom Foundation of Cedar Rapids. The Freedom Foundation of Cedar Rapids is a veterans helping veterans organization. So if you are a veteran in need, they can reach out and believe you and me, the Freedom Foundation, the brothers and sisters over there, they are going to help those veterans. So great organization. We are so proud to support them. Think about making an individual contribution just on your own. But that's what the ticket ride proceeds went to this morning. Incredible group. But again, the ride always focuses on our veterans, and so I want to thank our veterans that are in attendance today. If you have served in our great armed services, if you would raise a hand or stand so that we can recognize you, please do so. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. So I am a mother, folks, and I have a wonderful daughter who has gone off. She is serving in our armed services right now. She is a young second lieutenant in the United States Army. And Livy Lou, and as of this last November, I'm doubly blessed because she married a first lieutenant who's serving in the United States Army. So incredibly proud to have a family that continues to serve. And as a veteran myself, I am so pleased to be joined by so many other veterans here. 23 years of service to this great nation truly was the greatest privilege and honor of my life. And I know that so many of you feel the same way. But folks, we're gathered here today to hear from a number of really wonderful candidates that are vying for that presidential office. We need some changes, right? What we see out there, okay, with Joe Biden, the radical left is trying to change our nation. And we see that they are trying to destroy the very country that I love, that all of you love. And let me tell you, Joe Biden, not only is he a disaster here at home, he is also a disaster abroad. You see what happened with Afghanistan, the complete failure there. We see it over and over again of our friends around the world, how he has absolutely left everyone hanging. Americans abroad, we see it even today. He's left them behind in the dirt. Everything that man touches turns into an absolute crisis. And we know, Republicans are keeping the caucuses here in Iowa in 2024. But what did the Democrats do? The Democrats ditched Iowa. They went to the coasts, right? They think of us as flyover country. So they have ditched Iowa. They have given middle America the middle finger. You know, I'm tired of it. Iowans have a voice, and we have a great voice, and we're going to project it to the rest of the United States. We are maintaining first in the nation. And not only are we maintaining first in the nation, folks, we all know that the road to 2024, it runs through Iowa. And folks, it runs through the Roast and Ride right here today. This is the biggest event that we have had yet. We have 8 phenomenal speakers that we are going to introduce to you, and they're all vying for that top spot in Washington, D.C. But as we focus on today and the state of the country, we know that Biden and the Democrats, they have completely left us behind. They've left us behind. But what we're going to hear from these incredible folks is what they are going to do to push our nation forward into the future for a better life for you, me, our children, and our grandchildren. So I am looking forward to hearing from them. So what are we doing? We're fighting for you. We've got our entire Iowa delegation joining us today. And yes, they are phenomenal. And what are we doing? We are out there fighting for you. Iowans' voices in Washington, D.C. We're pushing back. This is one thing I'm focused on, pushing back on Biden's electric vehicle fantasy. Okay? I believe in consumer choice, folks. Consumer choice. If you drive an EV, you know, that's your choice. But it shouldn't be mandatory, right? And what do we see? What do we see with Joe Biden? He is trying to transition the non-tactical vehicle fleet of our armed forces to all electric by 2030. Are you kidding me? So I have pushed back on that. I will continue. I can't imagine my convoys as they're rolling through Iraq if they would have had to stop and charge up somewhere. Doesn't quite work like that, Mr. Biden. Anyway, national security. We all know we've got a big adversary out there, China, right? We need to make sure we're securing ourselves against China, pushing back on Russia, all these bad guys. We gotta do it. So we're fighting for our national security, border security. Border security. 2 words, border security. Okay, we don't need to go much further there. I get your point. We need to secure the southern border, right? And we're going to hear from some folks that want to do that. So what we need to do as well, and I've seen it here in the great state of Iowa, we need to push back on some of the wokeness that's happening in this administration. Right here in Iowa, Governor Kim Reynolds has done that. We're working on the federal level to do it as well. Protecting women's and girls' sports. We have had 50 years of Title IX allowing women to compete in sports with equal footing. And all of that is being stripped away by this administration that thinks it's okay to allow biological males to compete against biological females. It shouldn't be happening. Thank you, Governor Reynolds, for leading the way on that. So folks, We are fighting for you. I am fighting for you. The Democrats have left us behind, but never fear. Republicans are on a big comeback, and we see it right here in the state of Iowa. So I am going to close out because I want to get to the meat of this day. We've got a lot of great folks that are here ready to speak to you, but bottom line, it's time to kick Joe Biden out of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So we are not going to leave you behind, Iowa. Republicans are not going to leave you behind, Iowa. And certainly all of these great patriots gathered here today are not going to leave you behind, Iowa. Thank you all for coming out today. Let's hear from some speakers. Thank you. So again,